Ciao Maciej, new day, new learning. Are you ready for some nonsense?
Ciao, Enrico. I'm super ready. Please.
Yeah. So I wanted to ask you, do you know what's the key for growing as fast as you possibly can?
I don't know, maybe cross my boundaries or something like that. Just
I
pushing.
think it's failure. Failure. It's embracing failure. It's being aware that failing is a good thing. Failing is not bad, especially as a culture. And I'm Swiss, and maybe others don't. So I live in Switzerland. I've been growing here, and for us, failure has always been. I hate always, but it has. In my career, it has been flagged as something bad. I enjoy a lot the American culture because for them, failure is about learning, and this is something that I have embraced on my later part of my career. And this I'm coming back to this because yesterday I was talking to a friend, and while talking to him, we were speaking about how he's very often silent when he's doing meeting or when he's participating in activities. And while talking, I asked him, why is that? What is that made you being silent? Why don't you participate? Because this guy is very smart. I can feel that he knows a lot, and he have for sure some great idea to share. And I really don't see why he shouldn't. And when I asked him, he said that he fear to say something stupid. He fear to say something that maybe more experienced colleagues have already taught, or that his feedback would not be valuable and would slow the team down. And I felt hit by this because I'm very extrovert and expansive, so I always had the other problem.
No.
Yeah, no, nobody would have thought that I jumped into things. I shared my thinking, even if maybe sometime I could have reflected 1 second more. And I think none of these extreme is good, right? It's not good to share everything that without filter, but it's not good to filter everything and not let anything out because you fear that maybe you are going to say something that it's not okay. So that's why I wanted. That's what really triggered a meaningful topic to share with you today, and it's about letting go our fear and opening up our mind to share it with others. I think this is one attitude that we can take, embrace failure to maximize our growth. Why is that failing means growing? Because if we provide, when we fail, we provide a space in which we can grow and learn. Because if we are reflective enough, we can go back and think about our failure, what we did wrong, and try to understand how we could do different. Thomas Edison, right, famously said that I invented 1 million way of not creating a lamp. And I think this is exactly what we should be thinking at. We try something, fast iteration, not stopping on something for too long, and then trying to understand how to do better. So this is what I wanted to share for today. Try out, experiment with new idea, participate and share whatever is in your mind. Sometimes it's clear you need to understand when to shut up, when to be open-minded. It's very important to find people that maybe are more experienced than you are, listen from them, look at how they do things, try to emulate them, and fail. And then once you fail, stop and talk to others about your failure. It's also very important to not only be self-reflecting, but sharing with the people that you have around. And this is not true only for our professional life, but it's true also for our private life. Talk to your friend, talk to your partner, talk to your mother, as well as to your colleague about the thing that you did wrong and why and how you think, why you think you did bad and how you think you could do better. And you are going to see that the people are going to be extremely supportive. Many times we feel like we fear to share with others because we feel like we are going to be judged. But my experience is that when you share your feeling, your failure with others, most of the time people are incredibly supportive and helping you, are trying to provide their perspective and make sure that you feel better about your failure and maybe help you to learn how to get out. So don't be alone in this process. Look for the help of others and embrace failure and maximize your growth. And I'm going to close with a great quote that I found. It's a writer, it's not a very famous guy, but this quote is from Stephen Den and took my heart. You can never make the same mistake twice, because the second time you make it, it's not a mistake, it's a choice.
Wow. I love the topic. When you asked me at the beginning about how we should go, it surprised me a little. But I guess I'm still sticking to my first impression that I guess we need to cross borders. And this is for sure related to what we called failure here. But listening to you further, I get this impression that maybe very often we also name the failure wrongly, which means, what is even a failure? Like, in this perspective, it's not failure, actually. It's just the way of behaving. Maybe it's like from this last quote, maybe it's a choice of your life, that you are courage enough to just take a risk and get all the consequences of it. And it's not a failure in a sense. A failure could be also to do nothing and only await that something will change one day, which will probably never happen if you are not trying, right? So I guess it's actually not a failure. We only, as you said on the beginning, we only used to think like that because maybe at school, at our society, we are very oppressive about someone is not making the right answer at the first time. Yes, you should be like this because in your book, the answer was completely like that. But if you are going to try other solutions or just think more critical about the reality, I guess then it's a little hard. But at the same time, once you cross this border, I guess once you have this level of, I would say, transparency with you and other people around, also talking about this, like, this is my vulnerability, this is my strength, you are free out of them. And I would quote this with my own quote, that life is too short to not to fail. It's just worth living your life in 100%, even if sometimes it hurts. But also, when something hurts, then you know how it is to feel when it not hurts, which is valuable itself.
That's so much true, and it's crossing the border, is getting out of our comfort zone, and that will lead us to a moment where we are going to do things in a sub-optimal way. That is the way that I would prefer to call it, and then we can learn how to do it better. Thank you, Maciej.
And maybe the last thing.
Yes.
I'm always skeptical about hearing that you should get out from your comfort zone, because if something like the comfort zone will ever even exist, then we will probably never want to live it. But at the same time, I guess nobody really have this comfort zone when you are 100% happy. It's rather like we are in our bubble and it's all about crossing this bubble, because maybe the things out there are even better. So why should we not try?
Yeah, try, embrace failure, and grow fast.
Thank you, Enrico.
Thank you. Ciao, my friend.